To get into an athletic stance, we'll put our hands out in front and bounce up and down with our chest over the balls of our feet a couple of times and stop before we're all the way to the top. This is the same athletic stance that we would play any other sport in, and to develop this we can do it statically before we're on the hill, and then practice going down and up in our first straight runs, and in our gliding wedges moving down and up, feeling the chest right over the balls of our feet, and like we have all of our weight right there on the balls of our feet with our chest right over the balls of our feet. Again, whether we're playing football, basketball, baseball, tennis, this is the same athletic position that allows us to move laterally forward and backward with our upper body and chest right over our feet. When we're in that good athletic position, we can try flexing forward and coming back to the athletic position, because the athletic position will change throughout the turn as we're going through the turn. If necessary, we can flex backward and then come back and compare it to being in our good athletic stance. This can be hard to do in terms of flexing our ankles and moving forward, because without skis on, if we try to start in a good athletic position and flex forward at all, we just go a short ways before we fall over. And so when we put someone on a hill and they tend to lean backwards, we'll say, let's make sure we're getting into our athletic position or stance, and what will happen is they'll end up moving backward. In this case, they bent so far here at the knees that the hips are back and all the weight is here over their heels. So to fix this, we would tell the person, stand up taller so that our hips are up above our feet here, and let's make sure our chest is right over the balls of our feet and we feel the weight on the balls of the feet. That's how we could get this person back to their athletic stance. This skier has ended up bending at their ankles to go backward here and to move back with their hips. And so what we would do to fix this person is, again, let's say put the chest over the toes or the balls of the feet, and let's feel like we have all the weight there. That would end up getting them to bend their ankles forward so that they would be pressing their leg into the front of the ski boot. Here's a case of someone who looks like they're a little closer, but again we'll notice that there's too much bend here in the knees, and that it actually has their hips back here over the back of their ski boots. So again, what we would tell this skier is, let's stand up taller, make sure that the chest is over our toes and we're feeling the weight right there on the balls of our feet. Even if we tell students to do this every time before they take off, and then we correct them as they're in motion, it will be very difficult for them to get a good solid feel and continuously get to this athletic stance. And even if we achieve it with them in the lesson, after the lesson they will go out on their own or with family and friends and start to go to terrain that's too steep too soon, so they'll end up leaning back on their skis and getting stuck on the back of the skis and skiing like this, so that we see very little flexing in the ankles at all, and all the weight is back on the back of their skis, so they'll end up turning and rotating their upper body to get through the turn and doing their banking as they're going through the turn. So we'll see this in a couple other examples just to show that it's something that we're constantly dealing with. We'll see as this skier comes through, again there's no bending at all in the ankles. It's all the weight's back there on the heels, and they're kind of locked into this wedge position with the weight on the back of the ski so that they're rotating and banking into their turns. And one last example here, we'll see of a skier that is even farther back